An 8-3 Northern Iowa advantage as we move on to 149. Sam Hillegas for the Mountaineers. In his 5th year in the program, Colin Realbuto of Northern Iowa ranked 10th in the country. Realbuto 16-4, 7-0 in duels, and undefeated in Big 12 competition so far this year, 3-0.
Another one of these older guys that Coach Schwab can kind of lean on and just go out and score points. That's what we were talking about at the beginning of the match. Like, no matter what weight you're at, this UNI lineup is finding a way to put points on the board.
And part of it, Tony, right, is, as we talked about already, injuries. This is Ty Waters' spot in the lineup. He had worked hard and gotten himself into the top 5. And a great start for Hillegas here.
3 points, West Virginia.
Hillegas scores first.
Well, he tries that little shrug and that throw by, and then attempted to trip. That inside trip ends up getting himself a single leg and changes it to a double and scores. Hillegas has started really well. So injuries, I mean, yes, West Virginia certainly got people out of the lineup. But I think if you look across the country, they're all going to say they got people out of the lineup. And, you know, in wrestling, probably a little different than a lot of other sports. It's not as easy when you put the guy behind in. They're not always on the exact same caliber, which is why they're the guy behind, right? So there's a couple of those instances where it's not. Now, Sam Hillegas is really good. And we got a blood
timeout.
And so he kind of turned that into an inside trip and then followed with a single leg, and then does a nice job of kind of pinching his knees together and driving through it and gets himself that takedown.
Hillegas, 2-time Pennsylvania state champ from his high school days at Pittsburgh North Hills. Started his college career at Virginia Tech. And now one of the veteran wrestlers for the Mountaineers, and stepping in there in that lineup.
Look, you don't win 2 state titles in Pennsylvania by accident. I mean, so there's a lot of things that go into being successful at this level. And, you know, some of it is he's been out of the lineup, was behind Waters, things along those lines. And then now you're trying to get yourself back into wrestling shape again, get your weight under control again, do all that kind of stuff. And it takes a while.
Back-to-back home matches where Hillegas goes out and gets that first takedown of the match. Doesn't really look to be slowing down too much here. Able to hand fight with Realbuto. Realbuto really digging for that underhook. Oh, Hillegas a nice shot off it, but Realbuto sits the corner immediately.
Well, here's the issue about whether he gets sprawled out and spread out or not. He's doing a nice job of going around the corner. There's an attempt to like roll through. He's got him on the thing. We got 40 seconds left. He's got time. He's got this lock. There's danger. Look at danger. There's the break.
He just stuck with it. Ended up scoring. Great first period for Sam Hillegas.
Coach Flynn in the Mountaineer corner letting the official know there a little bit that takedown was coming. Both of these corners are very animated tonight. I don't think I've seen a head coach, honestly, as into it as Coach Schwab has been in the early goings. I love that energy. Good crowd again here tonight for the duel. Of course, last time we were here, it was a very, very good crowd for the Coal Rush game, Coal Rush match against Pitt.
There's danger. He's down and up. Hillegas is in some trouble. Oh.
Yeah, and saved by the buzzer there. Now we're going to see the first challenge.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Those.
I mean, they got to challenge that, right? I mean, the question is whether he rotates and comes all the way through on the other side or not, right? And pulls himself out of danger, or then he ends up back in danger, or stays in danger the whole time. And that's probably what they're going to review.
Got a good look at it here.
So the question is, and you can't really see it here. So he's not in danger there. He's back in danger. Did he roll through there? That's when time comes out. It has to be a 3 count. It's a nice shot and a good quick attempt to counter, but also a nice job by Realbuto in countering the counter, right, and coming back into him, trying to trap him on his back. Hillegas rolling side to side. I don't know.
Hillegas saved by the buzzer there against this 149er from Northern Iowa. Realbuto, a 2-time NCAA qualifier. He comes in having won 7 straight. And Hillegas really getting his footing in the Mountaineer lineup as well.
See, the reality is when they were doing this live, the person who had the best view was the official, right? I mean, he was right there. I mean, I can't see it very well from where we're at because they're switching and turning, but he's right on top of it. I mean, Jonathan Sutton was right in the best position possible, and he's also got some backup. So they knew the brick was going to come. I mean, you got to throw that, right? Question is whether they give him that.
And now the explanation for Doug Schwab.
They're not over there yet.
Well, not quite yet. Lead official Jonathan Sutton, Titus Goldbolt is the number 2 tonight. 2 first-period takedowns. None of this takes away from the start Sam Hillegas got in this match.
No. They're giving him 3.
All right, so Tim Flynn gets the explanation now.
So it's a nice shot. Catches him there, rolls him. It's on his back. Probably, yeah. There's a 3 count. I guess the question is whether they think or they're going to try to give him additional near fall for that, or.
And Tim Flynn's wondering if it was, you know, where the potentially dangerous situation comes in.
You know, regardless of points being put up on the board, if you're Hillegas, you gotta actually be a little bit thankful for this break a little bit. If we look back at the last couple matches and the trends this season, it's been the pace of the match that's been.
All right, both officials, both head coaches involved here. Okay, so there's the 3 points.
And they gave him 2 near fall. So they gave him 3 and 2. I mean, does that make it 7-6?
Yeah, that's going to put Realbuto into the lead. The points have not gone up on the scoreboard yet, but we saw the indication of the takedown and then the near fall points. So 7-6. All of that in the final 15 seconds of that first period. So we head to the second. A lot of good work there by Hillegas.
A great first period, like we were saying. It's that flurry at the end should not spoil that first period from Hillegas. Only down 1 against a very, very tough wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know if it spoils it, but you go from being up 6-2 to being down 1, right? So, I mean, but what it tells you is you got to be ready at every second, right? Because there's all kinds of things going on. Quick things can turn on a dime.
Out of bounds there, 28 seconds. Realbuto has held on here for the first 28 seconds of the second period.
Nice job by Hillegas and not getting pinned underneath there and keep trying to seal him off. Gets up to his feet a couple of different times. Realbuto really wasn't able to take him really back down to the mat very well. It's that double pry to start off, try to hook an ankle. This is where Hillegas did not get caught the last time. Looks like he's trying to pull him over, get him out of position. So what are we doing here? I don't know that was the best idea. Try to grab that leg, pops him up in the air. And now he's in a position where he could get scored on too. He doesn't have a reversal yet. Should get it right here, though. He's still giving Realbuto as if he's riding. He's saying he's on top. He's saying Realbuto's on top. Man, you're probably going to get a
challenge out of this.
You might get a challenge out of this.
No points yet for Hillegas.
Well, and riding time is stacking up. There's only 21 seconds left in the period. And there's a reversal. That's a fight right there. Hillegas got 8 seconds. Try to stay up. Try to keep him up. Try to stay on top for that.
Final seconds here. We're going to go to the third, tied on the scoreboard. But as you mentioned, all of that time, Realbuto he's gathering ride time.
He's gathering riding time, and so you got 2 minutes left. It's 8-8.
8-8 on the scoreboard, but ride time in favor of Realbuto.
Right, for 8 seconds. If Hillegas can stay on top, I'm pretty sure that there will be more points scored than just the one escape that's going to happen likely here. And that riding time, that minute goes away for the moment. Hillegas is not in a good spot, though.
Realbuto did a nice job sealing off that left side. Caused Hillegas to put that right leg almost all the way through in figure 4. And this is...
He can't put his foot on the ground because it's stuck. They just called him a warning for stalling and give him a point.
So Realbuto retakes the lead. And Hillegas...
Now he calls a stalemate.
That's a situation you don't see very often.
No, you don't. Well, the reality is, probably going to have to cut him loose here.
And go for a takedown.
Potentially. Now, he's got one takedown. Realbuto's got a takedown. They've had some good scrambles. He's gotten in a good spot here. Put him on top is going to give up a reversal, which is really the worst of the things to do, right? And now his foot's caught in the back.
Now Hillegas on a lot of trouble on the bottom here, although he's gonna let him up. Maybe.
Well, now he's in trouble because he's got that cradle pretty good spot. It definitely means Hillegas is going to have a tough time working his way free from in there. Time keeps ticking away, though. And he tries to slide him through. He's getting a count.
Down to 35 seconds. There's 3 more for Realbuto.
Right, exactly. So that's 14-8.
And the ride time.
Right. Hillegas got a chance to score here, though. He's in a pretty decent spot.
Time a major factor, though. We're down to 12 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to end this 15-8.
Final seconds off the clock. A 15-8 victory in a really, really interesting match. Colin Realbuto beats Sam Hillegas of West Virginia, and the Mountaineer crowd voices its displeasure.
Yeah, they're not too happy. You know, it was a very interesting match. A lot of really good scrambles, a lot of neat, really great stuff, and
so we'll move on to 157. The next top 5 ranked wrestler for Northern Iowa next. Ryder Downey coming up.